Alright, what's going on here in Grapevine, Texas? Here in a new house being built. Pretty decent looking development. Yeah, pretty big old houses right now. So I was contracted out to do a step for this entryway in the garage, and as you can see, it's about 11 3/4. So there's no way the homeowner can exit without taking one huge leap. So I'm gonna install a brick step and also reinforce this metal part of the door, the threshold, because when you step on it, it will flex, so you don't want that. So I'm gonna put some brick behind it so that way it has some support. So I'm gonna show you how. Alright, now I have everything all measured out, and this is how I'm gonna do it, so that way it's simple, quick, and easy. As you know, like I said, it was about 11 3/4 and 11 1/2. Just this side is a little bit lower than this side. So what's gonna happen is just that all I need to do is create one step. And since you divide 11 1/2, that equals 5 3/4. So that's gonna be the height of this step, which is 5 3/4. And by code, you're supposed to have, well, based on what the inspector wants, he wants a step that at least 5 1/2 inches high and 11 inches in tread, meaning tread needs to be where your foot's gonna land. So it has to be 11 inches, for example. But in this case, I'm doing it 13 1/2 inches, which the reason why I'm doing it is because you have one brick course and a soldier course, which one brick is only 9, well, king size brick is 9 1/2. So I couldn't just leave one, so I had to add another one going this way, and that would equal 13 1/2, which would save me a lot of cuts to be made instead. So that's why I'm going with this route, is so that I minimize as much as I possibly can on cutting brick. Diamond blades aren't cheap. Just FYI, they're like 60-70 bucks each diamond blade. So after I'm done with the step, I'm gonna put these little bricks, cut up bricks, you'll see later on in the video. But after this step is done, I'll put the little bricks under it, so that way it reinforces the metal part of the threshold, so that way it doesn't flex. And the next step will be to get started. Alright, I got my mortar mixed. I have my brick on the side ready to go, and I'm going to get started on the step, so here we go. have my first course laid out. So far, since this is just gonna be fill in, I'm just gonna put some mortar and just fill in with some bricks laying around, and then I'll start building the top. Alright, this is all just fill. It's not supposed to look fancy inside, so all it is just adds structural support. Yeah, I'm gonna put in the first course at the top, and remember the lines that I marked. They're used for reference, so that way I don't go above or under. So a good reference line, so that way when you set the step, it does not wavy and at the same time straight. Alright, I ended up doing my soldier course. So as you can see, I started from here and then ended up right there. Now you can see that it only fits one brick, but I need an end cap, so I'm going to end up putting a half a brick and then the end cap, so that way it ends smooth. Not smoothly, ends with not having these holes at the end. So I'm gonna get that going. Alright, this is what I mean with an end cap. It's just a brick cut off with the face, and it's gonna go right here with this half a brick. Alright, this is the final step. So I'm gonna end up supporting this with brick on the bottom. So basically I'm just gonna use slivers of brick, so that way it supports it and looks flush with this. And as you can see, my cut's gonna be, I say a good 5¼ inches. So what basically I'm gonna do is cut the face of this brick off. I'm gonna put my grinder, and basically I want to have this part. And then I end up cutting this 5¼ and then I just push them on right there, so that way it supports the threshold. Alright, these are my brick cuts. You can see how it fits. I'm gonna put it this way. See how it fits perfectly under the sill. And that's how I'm just gonna put mortar behind this and then push them in and then refill. Alright, as you can see, there's the brick cuts pushed up flush against the metal threshold. So now that will be the thing that supports it. Now I just gotta complete this. Alright, this is the finished product. As you can see, that's what we call a step. And for example, I'm not stepping on it fully, so I'm letting it dry first. But yeah, that's about it. I'll see you on the next one.